Hi everybody, Jill here. Welcome to our little Q&A here today. So I have a few questions that I need to cover over the next few weeks. I just am going to do one at a time. Please keep asking any questions you have regarding wigs and toppers. If I've already covered it, I won't do it again. But if I see your comment under there, I'll put the link to that particular Q&A to make it easy for you to visit that if I've already answered that particular question. But I love that you guys are asking these questions, and if I don't know the answers, I will try to find them for you. Anyway, okay, so today's question, as you noticed, is really which do you prefer in your topper, human hair and or synthetic, and why? Well, this was a pretty cut and dry thing for me because I definitely prefer the human hair in my toppers over synthetic. With that said, I have more synthetic toppers than I do the human hair that I purchased myself because they are a little spendy, and the ones that I do have that are human hair were given to me from Wigs, and so I can share them with you. So I was only able to experience them because of that. However, I am trying to save up because I do want to experience some human hair toppers outside of the Wigs line, not just because I don't like them, because I have enjoyed them tremendously. It's because I want to kind of, try like a John Renault and see what the difference is really. They're very, very spendy though, so I have yet to purchase that, but I have my eye on the Easy Part XL version of that Easy Part line in the Remy Human Hair, but like I said, I want to say, I don't want to spout off because I've been looking at many, so I think I have the prices all messed up, so I'm not going to say anything, but it's definitely not in my price range at this moment to just go in there and purchase it, but I hope to get it fairly soon. I don't know. We'll see. But I'm really excited to try the Remy Human Hair in different lines with the toppers. But it's scary because it's a huge investment. But back to why I do prefer them. Well, this one here is a synthetic topper. This is the Belle Tress, and I love my synthetic toppers. I love my top notch. I love them all, actually. A few of them I haven't worn because they're way, way too short, and I've grown my hair out, even though I've cut about this much of my own hair, and so it is shorter. I can kind of wear this one, for instance. But so I have more synthetic than I do the human hair. But the thing is, you're wearing a topper. What do you want it to do? You want it to blend with your own hair. Even if you're wearing a topper that has a tremendous amount of coverage and you're not really exposing too much of your own hair, nonetheless, it's there and it needs to blend. And by blend, I don't necessarily mean at all with color. I'm talking about texture and feel. And that is really important to get that realism and to give you peace of mind that you don't really have to worry about it too much. Synthetic fibers are the same in both toppers and wigs. And if you have experience with that, you know what I mean when I say that they tend to clump up through the day, they tend to separate. And when you have a topper with synthetic fibers, not only is that happening, it's also kind of fighting the blending with your own human hair. Because you're dealing with two different fibers here. You're dealing with real human hair, and then you're dealing with some sort of synthetic fiber. So they don't tend to want to blend really great. It's a little bit more of a fight, and it's more so as the day wears on. I can get my topper to look really great first thing, I can get it to blend and whatever. But as the day wears on, a synthetic fiber is going to start clumping. I'm going to have to comb through it and really kind of blend it in with my own human hair. And that's so annoying to me. I hate worrying about that when I have a full-on wig as well, because they tend to clump during the day, and you do have to work through and comb them several times during the day to freshen them up, separate those fibers and make it look fresh and give it a little bit of motion, through the day. Because the toppers do the same thing. They clump up, they lose their movability and realism through the day. And again, it just exponentially makes it worse when it's a topper, because you need it to blend in with your own hair and the texture and the feel of that. So that is eliminated with human hair, with your topper. it really, with my experience, I can truthfully say that once I work that hair in with my own hair by either straightening it or curling it, and I put some hair product in it, that is all I need. And through the day, I can run my fingers through it or whatever, and those, because they're both human hair, they just sort of blend in really well and nice, and I don't have to fight it all day long. And it gives me tremendous peace of mind. I cannot express that enough, how much peace of mind that gives me, especially what's going on in the back, you know. It does. And so to me, that is a big enough takeaway that I can say I prefer the human hair toppers over the synthetic ones. The other thing I love about human hair toppers is that I can integrate them with my own hair so nicely because I can use heat on them. I use still a very low setting, the lowest setting I can get away with, and I will use a heat protectant spray before I go in there with whatever heat I'm using. I don't tend to blow dry my human hair toppers. I still let them dry by themselves, but I will straighten them or I will curl them in with my own hair, and I love that. And I have yet to have any big damage doing that. I am so worried about applying heat to my synthetic heat-friendly fibers that are supposed to be able to take heat that I won't actually use any heat on my synthetic fibers, even if they're heat-friendly. I just won't do it. I am so afraid to ruin the fiber because I've seen what can happen. So I tend to wear straighter styles with my synthetic toppers, and I straighten my own hair. Sorry, my dogs are driving me nuts. So I will straighten my own hair and make sure my own hair aligns with that straightness and that silky texture of the topper. And that's how I deal with my synthetic toppers. So I feel like I don't have the wide range of different styles that I can do with the synthetic toppers as I can with my human hair toppers. I can either straighten them, I can curl them, I can make them wavy, beachy wave. I can try to match that up with my own hair. And I love the versatility that the human hair gives me with the toppers. So, you know, that being a big reason why I love them. The other thing is I can use human hair products with my human hair toppers. So I can use human hair hairspray, styling aids, shampoo, conditioner, whatever. I can use, I have not yet done this, but I will use like a treatment pack, you know, that I could use to really deeply condition my toppers because they're human hair, those human hair toppers. So I don't have to worry about, well, I can only use, you know, synthetic hairspray today because I'm wearing my synthetic topper, and those hairsprays don't give you quite the holding power as a human hair hairspray, at least the ones that I've tried. So there's that as well. You can use human hair products on your human hair. So that's another one. I definitely, now my human hair toppers, I haven't had quite as long as my synthetic ones, but I can say so far I can tell that the longevity is much better with the human hair. I feel like I'm going to have those pieces for so many years. Honestly, I have not seen breakdown of those pieces. So I can tell though that they're not breaking down, they don't clump, they don't separate through the day. I don't have to worry about collars on coats or scarves or hats or whatever really breaking down those fibers and causing them to look terrible and dry and clump together and get tangled. If you're going to get tangled with your own human hair, you're going to get tangled with your human hair topper. So you're going to have some tangles, sure, that you can brush out, but nothing like the synthetic fibers, nothing like the synthetic fibers that can't do friction of any kind. So if you have friction on the back of your clothing, your coats especially is very annoying when you're trying to wear synthetic wigs or toppers, scarves, anything like that. It is a pain in the rear because there's friction involved. You will cause tangling, clumping, and eventually they start breaking down and get very dry, and then there's no movement. It's so annoying. With the human hair, that goes out the door. You don't have to worry about it. It doesn't do that. One of the reasons why I'm super excited to kind of step into some other lines with the human hair toppers is the color choices. I know they look different in the human hair variety versus the synthetic. So for instance, I'm very familiar with shaded praline. I would love to try a human hair version of shaded praline because I love it so much. And I feel like my own darker hair blends okay with that one. So I'm super excited to try that out. I do have to say that I feel like Wigs is branching out now and they are starting to develop new colors. I would say that would be their weak link in their toppers and their wigs is their color choices. I would love to see a beautiful true blonde, but something that has dynamic highlighting and kind of a rooting, something like the shaded praline where you have more of a chunkier looking but natural looking light and dark kind of low lights and highlights in it. So I feel like that is kind of their weak link there, and they are getting better, and I notice they are coming out with new colors all the time, which is very exciting. But I still want to get out there and try some of these Remy human hair pieces in other lines, specifically Jon Renau, because Jon Renau is really my favorite wig designer, and if I could find a human hair topper that is my go-to in my favorite color, I would love to do that. Now, I love the Shaded Biscuit. I love Raquel Welch, but again, those are their synthetic colors, and the Shaded Biscuit is the only one in that line that I have. I've tried 3 different colors in the Raquel Welch synthetic line with their wigs, and Shaded Biscuit is by far my favorite. I do have the top billing in that color. It's very brightening, and I think it's very pretty with fair skin, and it's one of my favorite colors. But I don't know if I would invest. I don't know. Does Raquel Welch even have human hair toppers? I'll look, because honestly, I don't know. But that's kind of what I'm really excited about, is getting out there and trying some different brands. But they are pricey. That's the thing about Wigs human hair toppers. They have a really great range of pricing, and they're not quite as much for the most part as if you start looking in the Jon Renau line and stuff like that. So yeah, so the downside to the human hair world is price. It's pricey, but let me tell you, if I could get more longevity out of them, which I know I am, then to me, you know, the investment makes sense because I'm enjoying it more. It's lasting longer. I am getting, they're my go-to. I wear them almost every single day. And to me, if I can get a piece to last me for a very long time and take good care of it, that is the trade-off with the upfront investment right away. And that's kind of how I, you know, kind of get past the price. So it's something I have to save for. I can't just plop down the money, but I am going to get me a Jon Renau Remy human hair topper. And when I do, I'm going to be so excited to share it with you guys. And I just hope that I love it because, again, they are pricey. So that's it for this Q&A this week, you guys. Thank you so much for asking questions. Please continue to do so down below, and sound off down below if you've experienced the difference between synthetic and human hair toppers and what you love about either or, pros and cons, because for those of you out there that like to peruse the comment section, it can be so helpful to all of us out there. So thank you so much for watching, you guys. You'll be seeing me really soon. Until then, stay young at heart. Bye-bye.